Hello all, welcome back to the VPC series. In the last video we had talked about the subnet, how we can create the subnet, what is the subnet mask, what is the CIDR range and all of these things. In this video we will be demonstrating the creation of the subnet and the tips while configuring the subnet on the AWS, because there are some limitation that will also see in the video. Now without wasting our time, let's get to our demo. So to create a subnet, we, as you already might have went through with the VPC video, so we had already created last the my VPC. So just to let you know about the subnet AWS limitation, I had created this subnet, but before that we'll go with the what is public and private subnet. And the already that I am already mentioned you the public and private subnets, which are nothing but we are giving or dividing the network within the different segments, so that we will be able to deploy our resources accordingly. So for example, on the public subnet, where we are able to access the internet, that means our web application, web servers can be rely on that subnet. And for the database, where we shouldn't get directly connected from the internet, we can close or put that database inside the private subnet. I will show in upcoming videos how we can configure the database inside the private, how we can configure the EC2 inside the public. Just for now, we'll configure the public and private subnet. Before that, I want you to get understanding about the subnet limitations of AWS. So just to have the subnet limitations of AWS, I had already created one VPC. Here you can see the VPC, its CIDR range is 10.0.0/27 is the subnet mask, and /27 is nothing but we will get 30 hosts. And just to give you the idea about the limitations, let's say I want to divide this host again inside the 6 host. Okay, now if I use this subnet IP address, with the VPC, so last subnet mask we can give is the /28. Now I am putting at the 29. I'm just creating subnet. Now here you will see IPv4 block sizes must be between /26 to 28. So guys, /28 means, okay, I'll just give, and it can't let you create the subnet with that /29 as a subnet mask, because it requires the last 16 hosts. 16 hosts we can get it via 28 only. Okay, this was the limitation from the AWS. Here also you'll see from the AWS documentation, the smallest subnet range allowed is /28, which would give a subnet 16 total IP addresses. /29, if you are using the /29, would give a subnet only 8 total IP addresses. That means 6 we can use, and 2s are, one is for broadcasting and one is a reserved IP address. So this was the limitation for the AWS. So whenever you are configuring or creating the networks or subnets inside the AWS, make sure that you had a /28 as the baseline for a subnet range. Okay, now let's go and while configuring we'll have to look into it on the subnet CIDR block. Let me go to the default one, my VPC. So 16-bit is nothing but I can use 65,534 hosts, where I can divide with the, let me divide my VPC with the host of 254. Public subnet 1 is this, public subnet 2, because I'm having the multiple hosts, so that I can use it. Private subnet, which is 3, private subnet, which is 4. So now guys, if you just look into the subnet section, I choose my previous VPC, which is having the /16 as a CIDR range, so that I can create a 2 public, 2 private. Just create public subnet. Okay. That's 24. Now this is also a new learning for us. Whenever you are configuring the subnets, make sure that there is no white spaces. Okay, now click on the create subnet. There, if you see, they have created the 2 public and 2 private subnets, which are using with the available IP address that 251, because 4 IP address gets used by AWS and then for networking. Okay, now let's configure the route table. Now previously there was a single route table, where if you see subnet association, there is no subnet association, and this will be our main route table. Now what I will do, I'll use this main route table as it is, and I'll add my main route table with the public subnet, so that I can add this route table whenever I need the internet access. So this was all about the public subnet, private subnet, route tables, our limitations with the public subnet, private subnet creation. Make sure that we are having the checklist for configuring the subnet groups and subnets. So this was all about for the creation of the subnets. In the next video, we'll talk about the route tables, public route tables, private route tables, how we can configure the internet gateway, and we'll have a demo of that with the creation of EC2 instance. So this was all about for subnets. Thank you guys.